everybody, welcome back to Conscious Conversation with me, Chrissy J. Today's topic is the law of attraction. Finally, we're going to learn about this life-changing topic and how to apply it to your everyday life. So I want to start by telling you a quote by Rhonda Byrne, who is an author of the book The Secret, which is about the law of attraction, essentially. She said, "We become what we think about. Where attention goes, energy flows." So what did she mean by this? Well, that's what I'm here to tell you. So before we get into what the law of attraction even is, I'm going to first suggest that you watch one of my older videos called Understanding Vibrations and Frequencies, because in that video I went over the law of vibration, which is like the basis to this law. So it's going to be easier to understand if you first understand that video. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it now, or don't, but I would suggest you do, and I'll put it in the description down below so that you can click on it. Anyway, so the basic idea of the law of attraction is that likes attract likes, and most of us learn about this when we learn about Newton's 3 laws of motion in school, not because it's one of the laws of motion, but because Newton had a pretty basic concept that he put out of the law of attraction. But even before Newton's time, Plato was talking about the law of attraction. So even back then, people understood this concept that likes attract likes and negatives attract negatives. So this is pretty much common knowledge, the whole likes attract likes, but most people don't understand how deep it actually goes. So once again, I'm going to reference something from that video I mentioned before, and that is that emotions and thoughts have their own vibrations. And so basically, whatever vibrations those are putting out, our thoughts and emotions, we will also in turn attract those vibrations back. So every single feeling that we feel and every thought that we think, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, puts out their own vibrations and attracts those same vibrations back. This means if we spend our time upset and thinking about things that make us upset, we're going to attract more things that will upset us, essentially. But on the other side of the spectrum, when we spend our time thinking about the things that make us grateful and happy, we're going to attract more things to be grateful for that will make us happy. This is simply science. This is not some unrealistic philosophy. Negative thoughts and feelings will attract negative people and negative occurrences, while positive thoughts and feelings are going to attract positive people and occurrences. So the problem with our understanding of this law is that most people who are aware of it only understand it to the depth I've explained so far. And like I said before, it goes a lot deeper than that. So that's because the reason that this is a problem existing in the first place is because most people don't acknowledge that we have unbelievable amounts of thoughts every day, whether they be consciously or subconsciously. Every single thought counts out of those thoughts, not just some of them, all of them count. The ones we acknowledge and the ones we don't. So this might be scaring you at this point, because we both know there's absolutely no way for us to understand to monitor every single thought that we have, especially the subconscious ones. But there's a few more things we need to talk about that are going to help show you that this is not really impossible as it seems probably at this point. First of all, these thoughts are not equally powerful. The thing that determines how strongly we emit our thoughts is the feelings behind them. The more powerful the feeling behind it, whether it be positive or negative, the stronger the vibrations sent out by the thoughts are going to be. That was a text message. Oh well. Anyway, if there's a lot of force behind our thoughts, and like the feelings that we feel for them, they're going to be stronger. Logically, the more we think about something, the more power it's going to have, even if it's something with just like not very strong emotion behind it, because if you think of it over and over, the little bit of power it has is going to keep adding up and adding up, so it's still going to end up powerful. Because of this, a not so powerful thought that we think of over and over can end up just as powerful as a thought that has powerful emotion behind it that's only thought of one time. So the thoughts that we have like in our subconscious day to day aren't necessarily that powerful if we don't think of them a lot, but the thoughts that we, like the beliefs that we hold in our subconscious that we do hold day to day are going to end up pretty powerful in their own way because of this. So how can we start to change our lives through our thoughts? Well, basically we just need to be a lot more mindful about the things that we're thinking every day. Like if you choose to think about the things that stress you out, most likely those have strong emotions behind them and are going to in turn attract back the things that make you stressed in the first place. So, for example, when we think things like, I wish I didn't have to work at this job I hate, all the universe hears is job I hate, or something like, I don't want to lose my job, it's really just lose my job. And so the universe is going to give you exactly what you're asking for. When you choose to focus on what you don't want, you're just going to get more of it and more of it and more of it until you stop. On the flip side, when you choose to think about things that you have to be grateful for and feel like honest, deep gratitude for them, you're going to attract more things to be grateful for. This is really simply just likes attracting likes, nothing crazy here. So for example, if you instead think something like, although I have different career choices in mind, long term, I'm just grateful to have a job that provides for me right now. And the universe is going to hear, have job that provides for me, or job that provides for me, period. Or even something like, I'm going to keep this well-paying job and work hard at it until a better fitting situation presents itself. All the universe is going to hear is a better fitting situation presents itself. So, like, think about how you feel whenever you give something to somebody who is grateful for what you're giving them versus giving something to somebody who feels like nothing you do is ever good enough, nothing you give them is ever good enough. We really only have limited time and resources. So by default, we're going to choose to give our time and effort to the people who are grateful. I mean, that's just logic. And this is exactly how the universe works for us. So if you're ungrateful, the universe isn't going to give you more, because what you're telling the universe is, I'm not prepared for more of these things because I can't even figure out how to be happy and grateful for what I already have. So what about our subconscious thoughts that are too vast and deeply embedded for us to control? Well, the only way to make sure that they're benefiting us is to hold positive and empowering truths. So this means being really mindful about the things that you spend your time on every day. For example, do you watch violent movies and listen to violent music and engage in violent activities? Well, then your subconscious is going to be violent and attract violence. Do you watch awareness-raising documentaries and listen to awareness-raising music and engage in awareness-raising activities? Then your subconscious is probably going to hold and attract back awareness. A big thing to note about this is that there is a lot of corruption going on in the world right now, and there's some really powerful people that understand how powerful your subconscious is and who benefit off of negative things because they make money off of it. So for those people that understand this and want to make money off of you, they're going to try to get that negative stuff embedded in your subconscious because they understand this law of attraction. So you've got to be really mindful about what you're spending your time and energy on to really overcome this whole subconscious having negative thoughts. So before I wrap this up, I want to share 4 concepts with you that are really going to help you to ultimately apply this to your life. And I learned them from a really amazing YouTuber, Koi Fresco. If you want to learn more in depth about these concepts, you can go watch his video, The Law of Attraction 2.0, The Complete Guide. But I'm just going to give you the basic gist of it. The first concept is thinking positively. This does not mean simply ignoring all the negative thoughts that come through your head, but more embracing them, understanding them, and moving on from them. Basically not dwelling on them so that we can move on our positive path. The second concept is acting positively. Thinking positively is only one side of it. This means that we need to also take action and go out and do things to help our dreams manifest. We can't just expect the universe to do it on itself just because we ask. We've got to show that we want it and really help to make it happen. So concept 3 is positive eating, and I'm just going to warn you right now, you're probably not going to want to hear what I have to say about this, most likely. So what we eat makes us either feel really well or really bad. When you eat nutrients empty processed foods, you're going to feel like crap. And when you eat like more natural foods that come from our Mother Earth, you're going to feel better and also feel more connected to her, which in turn means more connected to the universe, which is going to make this law of attraction work a lot easier. The bottom line is here is that your best chance at reaching your full potential is a vegan diet. Now, you're probably thinking some crazy things right now because you probably have the common beliefs of a vegan diet, but I'm going to ask you right now to please keep your mind open, because the things that you know about a vegan diet are most likely not true and are misconceptions. So I'm asking you to please keep your negative thoughts at bay about this until you give me a chance to further explain why this is actually the absolute healthiest diet that you could ever be on. Could take a whole, I've seen it take multiple documentaries in itself, so obviously this is going to take a whole separate video, but I don't want to leave you guys hanging, so I'll definitely make a video about it either in my video next Friday or Sunday. One of those videos will be about it for sure. So until then, please just wait. Keep your negative thoughts out of it. I just also want to explain that I am not yet vegan, because I don't want everybody to be like, oh, you're a hypocrite. I had some issues with going vegan, even though I wanted to for months, but those issues are working themselves out finally, so I will be going vegan very soon, possibly by the time that I even make the video about it next week, most likely by then. Anyway, so moving on. The 4th concept is positive health. We can use the last 3 concepts that I've went over, but if our body isn't also healthy, we're never going to be able to achieve the full potential of this law. So this means working out, basically. But what you need to understand is that doesn't mean it has to be some crazy workout routine. Really, it shouldn't be. It should be something more moderate and simpler. Like, working out can be all kinds of things, like walking, biking, swimming, playing a sport that you like, dancing. I mean, there's all yoga, which is what I prefer because that's like meditation too. But anyways, all kinds of things that you can do to work out. And it also doesn't even necessarily have to be every day. It could be, although that will help, it could be 3 to 5 times a week, and it's going to seriously improve things so much for you. Working out helps the energy get flowing in our body easier, which is going to help us take the energy that we're receiving back from the universe in easier, because it's going to flow easier. So I hope this video has helped you understand the law of attraction and how you can really change your life with it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. All the links will be below and in the description and at the end of this video too. Make sure to comment letting me know what you liked or didn't like and what kind of things you'd like to see me cover in future videos. And also, if you liked this, make sure, if you know somebody who you think would like this, make sure to share it with them too. As always, shout out to my friend Casey, who takes his precious time editing my videos for me so that I don't have to, so I can do other more important things. Well, not more important, that sounded rude. Anyways, I really appreciate how much he helps me. And you can also go check him out on Facebook in the link below or at the end of the video. Don't forget to leave me your ideas for my awareness raising art project that I talked about at the end of my video about staying unbiased. So that's basically it for this one. Until next time, stay beautiful, guys.